Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools and DIY channel. Today we're going to learn how to use a jigsaw to cut wood, but not just any kind of wood, thicker wood. I'm talking about 4x4 wood, especially if the blade's too short. There's a technique to that, so stick around. I'll see you right after this. You know, one of the best gifts you can give that special someone in your life, especially if they're a DIY tool lover like myself, is a household toolkit for those small jobs, or a picture hanging tool for the decorator in them. You can find all those over at calibrate.com, including our newly added gift set tool bags and gift boxes with all the goodies in them. Head on over to calibrate.com and get yours right now. Holidays are coming up, by the way. Links in the description. So this wood is relatively straight, so there's really no bowing in it, and if it is, it's very slight. So I'm going to place my template on the wood like that. Use my hand to draw my line. So we're going to use a jigsaw, okay? You got to be careful when you're using a jigsaw. You want to make sure that you look at the table right here and make sure that it's at a 90-degree angle to your blade. Some jigsaws, they tilt, like this one tilts, right? It can go like that, it can go like that. If you put it on there and it's tilted, you'll come out with a crooked line, okay? So what you want to do is make sure that it's at a 90-degree angle to your blade, that it's perpendicular to your blade. Lock it in at that angle, okay? You can eyeball it to make sure that it's straight, right? Now the thing with this is, if you start cutting back here, right? You got this much thickness here and you start cutting back here, what can happen is that you may end up with a crooked blade back here, and you don't want that because this would be crooked. You have more forgiveness over here if it's crooked, so you may want to start cutting here. That way you know it's straight when you start, instead of ending up crooked here where there's really no forgiveness, okay? So you want to start here. And that's from trial and error, guys. And you want to take your time when you cut as well. You don't want to go too fast around the bend, okay? Around this curve here. You want to take your time. And you also want to make sure you apply enough pressure, and you don't want to lift up or do anything like that, because then the blade will start jumping on you. You want to start it before you contact the material. Now, obviously, this piece didn't fall off like you may have expected it to, because this blade isn't long enough, right? And went back to the store, and this is the longest they had. So what we're gonna do is gonna flip it over. Now, some of you may be saying, well, let's use the template again. You can't necessarily do that, because if you notice on the template, it's not even itself, right? This side is not the same as this side. Notice the slant right here, right? That's gonna bring this side in a little further. So if I put it on here, my line's gonna end up ending right here. And we don't want that, right? We want it to end right there. So even the original wood had uneven cuts in it, right? So what we're gonna do, we're pretty much gonna feel our way around the curve. All right. Okay, so we chipped the paint a little bit, but we can sand that down and repaint it and get all of these burrs off of here. And there you go. When you're cutting through the wood and it starts to get really difficult and the blade starts jumping, that's because it probably hit a wet, hard patch. As you can tell, the sawdust is dry here, and this is more wet, more moist sap, okay? It's probably because it's hitting that in a hard spot in the wood. So just slow down a bit and let it work its way through. And if that doesn't work, go to the opposite side. I started here, it was going smooth and started jumping, gave me some difficulty here, and then I pulled it out and I started back here on this end, and I'll just meet in the middle. That helps a lot too. All right guys, so that's how you use a jigsaw when it comes to cutting thicker pieces of wood. In this case, it was a 4x4. It's not that hard, just gotta flip it over and line it up. Guys, if you learned something from the video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to go to calibrate.com and get your gift sets and all the other great products we have on the site for you, and that helps to support the channel. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.